Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Late Night with the Devil. Now, I will say, the trailer got me for this one. I don't watch trailers. Something happened. This came across my desk, as they say, and it looked like, wow. Like, it is a live television broadcast in 1977 goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. And probably came across TikTok because I don't like look at trailers or anything like that. So somehow it came across, and that's the only thing I really look at is TikTok. And it was like, wow, this looks really cool. It like seems like it's like live kind of stuff, or first person. Is that what it is, or whatever? Found footage. That's the anyway. But here it's 7.4 on IMDb. 10,657 people rated so far. It's only an hour and 35 minutes long. Obviously, it's a scary movie. It is on AMC, AMC Plus, and Prime at this point. So, the only person I know is David Dastmalchian. I'm sorry. That's a hard name to say, but I've seen him in many other things and never knew his name. And when you see him, you'll be like, yeah, I've seen him in other things. Like, feels like the guy I pass, like walking on a street. It's like, I know you. And then it's like, oh yeah, you make millions of dollars making awesome movies. You don't live in my neighborhood kind of stuff. But anyway, so I don't know if there's anybody else in it. I'm scrolling now, but I don't know. I am really intrigued. It feels odd watching, scary movie. I watched Immaculate. I did watch Sweet Dreams, and now this one. So I don't watch this many scary horror movies, in a row or that often. So this one really intrigued me. So hopefully you're intrigued. And let me tell you what I think anyway. Stick around. I'll be back. There we go. Hey everybody. We're at the credits of Late Night with the Devil. And I want to try and get his name right because he was perfectly cast, and I thought that from the beginning. David Dastmalchian. I don't know how you say his name. I'm sorry, man. Perfect. Like I said, I've seen him in other movies. I think he was just in Dune or something like that. I saw him in something else, and very, very recently. It might not have been Dune, but he's in something that I saw. And not a major role. He was phenomenal. And I thought that from when I saw it on TikTok or the trailer, I was like, this guy's perfect for this role. Right? He's a late night talk show host that tries to take it to the edge. And he just does a great job. I mean, so kudos to him. And kudos to the casting director. Or maybe he was. Maybe he was like, I write this movie, it's for me. You know what I mean? Like if I wrote a movie, it'd be about guys sitting in a chair talking about movies. But anyway, whoever casted him, I think they did a great job. I loved it, right? And then the movie was good, but it's a weird good. So first of all, the whole plot of the movie. Imagine if they showed this in 1977. So they shoot it as though, or 1970s for that matter. They shoot it as though a 1977 talk show host, right, who's struggling for ratings, going up against Johnny Carson. And, does everything he can to get ratings, and he brings in, like, a demonic-possessed child. And there's more backstory to it, and whatever. Everything goes crazy, but it's all, like, kind of for ratings, essentially. He brings in other people. It's all on Halloween, so it's all this spooky stuff. But, like, and then they show the behind-the-scenes stuff. So they show it like it's, like, real life. You're just catching everything. So imagine if you saw this in 1977 or 1970s, like, wow, this would be crazy. Like, this is the show that almost aired. Like, now, here we are so many years later, we know it's all, just make-believe. But imagine that. That would have been crazy, okay? Here's the big thing for me, and I don't know if it's going to be a spoiler alert, but I'm not going to ruin the ending. This is more about the Bohemian Grove, or whatever it is, right? So there's this, and I've seen this before, where they worship, and like all top rich people and politicians go there. It's kind of like, and they call it out right in the beginning, like this guy Jack goes to the Bohemian. They call it the Grove, and he goes there all the time. And I say this because it's been big recently on like social media platforms. People have been finding it. They're calling it out like it's a cult following, that all these people do that, and there's, you know, sacrifices and worships and maybe even devil worship. But they allude to that, I mean, 100% in this film. So it's like, it's all based on that. That's what we've come to find out, that this whole film is based on that. Which is like weird in the fact that like this is supposed to be like evidently what they're, and it could be a whole setup for just this movie. I don't know, but that's what they say like all these people do, and you know, rich people and stuff like that, and they all get together and they do all this crazy stuff, and people found the grove, and you know, there's all this kind of stuff out there. Now they just put it out in a film that they released in the theater for a small time and then brought it out. So I was like, are they trying to tell us something? Like it's really out there? Is this like somebody breaking away and saying it really exists, and this is all the terrible stuff that happens? Or is it them coming out? I know I'm getting a conspiracy theory kind of thing, but or is it them coming out and saying, you know, yeah, this is just, you know, everybody talks about it, it doesn't really happen, we're just going to make fun of it kind of in a movie. I don't know. My mind's blown on the fact that they actually touched on this Bohemian Grove stuff. Like, not touched on it, I mean, made a movie about it and released it to everybody, released it in the theaters, now it's back at home, like that. Like, something's going on there. Just, I don't know, that kind of blows my mind. And maybe I should get off social media. That's probably the message from this movie. So there's that piece of it. Here, let me hit you with one more thing, because this movie does a lot, right? It's got the exorcism kind of feel to it, and like, I don't know, yeah, and this, you know, Amityville Horror, all that stuff is all packed into this, and Blair Witch Project. There's your combination of this movie, right? With phenomenal acting from just one person. I mean, everybody else in it. The girl is great. Everybody's great in this. And it's just really cool to watch. It's weird, but like cool, because it's like, wow, everybody was great what they did. Long story longer. The other piece was the hypnosis, right? So yeah, okay, whatever the guy does and all that worm stuff, whatever, who cares? Here's the big catch on all this. Like, could they do this to the public? You know, there are people who hypnotize people, and do you have to be in person to do it? Could they start doing that through our TVs? Like, they did it to the, you know, and I know this was make-believe and stuff like that, but it got me thinking, like, they did it to the crowd there, they did it to everybody in there, and they made this whole thing up. It's like, okay, yeah, this is all fun for the film, but could they have just done that? Could they do that with the, I mean, their hypnosis is, I think, a real thing, right? I mean, I think a lot of people can be hypnotized. That's true, right? Can they do it through movies and like just make people like different and listen to them? Am I hypnotized right now and probably giving the best movie review of all time? That's what they did. That's what I think just happened. No, but in all seriousness, like, could they do that? That's crazy to me, and that's why it's all weird, and that's why I'm freaked out right now. So, great, interesting. I don't know if it's great. It's a movie, but it's one that I respect, that's for sure. So there you go. I'm going to turn this off and, I don't know, turn something else on. And I was going to watch Three Body Problem, but I don't know, that's a little weird now too. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe listen to music. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you. Hopefully I was helpful. You know, heed warning if you go watch this movie. Get in the right mindset, because you're going to come out of it in a weird way. All right, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.